Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with 10 Halloween Archie Comics Digest. And this first one is the first issue. The official comic book of Halloween. It's brand new. You could get this on the stands right now. It's a different format than the old ones. I don't know if they're going to start doing this with all of them. I don't know if this came from a checkout. But it's Halloween. Here we have the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns. And we got Archie. Looks like he's dressed up like a nice friendly vampire. Veronica, you can't even tell. Themed skull hair clip. Ooh, there's some webs there. And Betty is a mummy. Unwrapped head. I have read the first story. Look at the cover. The cover paper stock. It's very thin. Oh, look. There's a monster pinup on the back page. I really like this. I don't mind the way this is going if they start making digests this size compared to the traditional size. And look, right from the get-go, no new story. Let's print the old classics. So this first Halloween feature is like 4 chapters. And it's old. Oh, they got the Knights of the Mystic Lodge. Moose has to go spend the night in the haunted house. He's deathly afraid of spooks. Chapter 2. Look at him, sweating. It's nice newsprint type paper. And yeah, it's really cool. I didn't read further than, so I read this far. And in the end, it's really haunted. Because the guys went to prank him. It was like an initiation to get into their club. Or were there bad guys in there? There's always like criminals. I used to think, Riverdale was a peaceful place, but not in old haunted houses or in the forest. So yeah, it looks like they're all, here we got a nice Harry Lucy story. And this would be Dan Parent. He's probably like 20 years old, this one. 10, 15. But not too much Dan Parent, because then we get, this looks like Stan Goldberg. We got some nice fashions. Trick or treat fashions. Alright, which is my favorite Betty? I kind of like this one. That was Evening Treat by Jean S. On this side, I think maybe it's just, no, I gotta go with the skeleton one. And her, she has to wear a mink so that people know she's a rich skeleton. She's like, rawr. That was sent in by Ermine Batwing. What? Ermine. Oh, it's made out of ermine. Oh my god. You know how many ermines it took to make that? Ermine Batwing Cape and Shapely Skeleton by Christy D. New York. Sabrina. Oh, that's kind of cool. We got the Spider-Man there. So yeah, this is the new digest. And I guess there's a word search you can get. They're already advertising the Christmas stocking. Alright, so this is 10 Halloween Archie Comics Digest with the brand new one as the first one. I'll just put that right there. Alright, the second one is from Betty and Veronica. It's the Halloween annual. I always found this funny when it said free comic inside, since you pay for it. Free, or it's like maybe a download. Yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. So in this cover, we've got a monster party. Archie, do join us for a bite. Archie's Frankenstein. We got some zombies. So with these, yeah, usually it's just the first story. That's a Halloween one. And now, oh, that's a newer one. Maybe you never thought of this before, but you can, well, I just went through my digest looking for the Halloween ones, and they're few and far between. But Christmas ones, they're a dime a dozen. And then there were some fall ones, which didn't have any Halloween stories, so I didn't include them. But if I knew there was going to be so few, maybe I would have. Alright, so Betty and Veronica Halloween Annual 237. Now the next one. What? Tricked you. It's the same one. It's a double. I didn't tell you they'd be 10 different Halloween Archie comic digests. Sabrina. Alright, so the next one. We got Jughead's Double Digest. So, Mr. Mummy, what's your favorite music? Rap. The House of Fright. So yeah, this is a good one. Fernando. I like this artist. And I think the story is George. Doesn't say. Oh, yeah, George. Oh, George. But you see, then it goes on to just having regular old stories, and I think that's because they made very few Halloween issues. It's a little strange. Maybe because they, I don't know, they reprint their comics in so many countries that don't celebrate Halloween. They wouldn't translate as well. I don't know. There's Jughead. Wow, nobody trick-or-treats like Jughead. And also, look here, they're trick-or-treating. But teenagers today, well, I don't know, they didn't go trick-or-treating. Not today, yesterday. So these are all newer ones. And newer, well, this is probably even 25 years old. December of 2000. Which really came out in October, November, December, because they always date their comics a couple months earlier. But so all the digests I had growing up, I looked through those, and other ones that would have been the same time era or earlier with the permanent covers, where there were no ads, it was sturdier, and I couldn't find one Halloween-themed digest. All right, it's World of Archie Comics Digest. Check out a zombie. Who would believe that will work for brains? Nope, just the feature story is Halloween themed. Oh, gotcha cat. It's the same one. I'm pretty sure I paid for neither of these. Oh, this is a nice one. I like this color. B&V Friends. Halloween annual. So this is 75 years. The one the new one that I got, look, is Archie, 85 years. A lot slipperier. This one. Even more pages of fun. Cover by Dan Parent. Is this even Halloween? Look, there's so few to choose from that they're running a Frozen type parody. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I'm not. Okay, never mind. I just say that because I know stories that were Frozen based. Oh, look, they got two Halloween stories. See, now this looks like that would be older. That looks like an older Danny Carlo one. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Look, now they got some Josie and the Pussycats. Next to grind. What year's this? Oh, look at these. Okay. You know what? I have that one. Oh, I have it. Not the digest. They reused that cover like 3 or 4 times, I think. The exact same one. Kind of that one. See, then this one here is just fall, jumping into leaves. Here we have Betty and Veronica. Jumbo Comics. Now they went from double digest to calling them Jumbo Comics because they all went to double digest, so people were like, what's a double if there's never a digest, I think. So they just called them Jumbo. And they went from no single digest, and the digest got smaller and smaller. Then they go up and they go down. Oh, here's the horror for you. Riverdale. Wednesdays, 8 and 7 Central on the CW. Oh, this is a good one. It's with the fabulous K Bros. Kennedy Brothers. Look at this. They started doing their style just like my favorite Archie artist, Harry Lucy. Sabrina's face, strong Harry Lucy style, and all the great body motions. Over exaggerated, but really gets the motion across. She just fell on her rump. also kind of alluring. See, they ran out of Halloween stories already. I should be looking at the bags. Yeah, there's one. That's by the fabulous Kennedy brothers as well. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Alright, here it is, the last of my 10 Halloween Archie digests. It's the World of Archie, which was my favorite of the newer digest titles. They started using this really bright fluorescent color on the titles, on the covers. The titles on the covers, and then in the hair, if it was orange, and it's like, oh, look at Archie, he dyed his hair fluorescent orange. And they started to make, alright, there is a joke here. What's the joke? They took Jughead's hat, put it on the jack-o'-lantern, gave him a big carrot nose. Because Jughead has a big nose. Haha. Look at this one. Pencils by Pat and Tim Kennedy. You know, I really dig those Kennedy bros. But if you go back to the older ones, I really did not. I actually specifically found out the name, Pat Kennedy, Tim. But they really improved. Yeah, look. Oh no, that's, hey, okay. Yeah, just ask strange Archie fan. I'll get it straight. This says it's Fernando Cruz, I think that's how you pronounce it, doing the pencils, but it is so not. That is, and you wouldn't even believe it, is the Kennedys. It's one of them, Tim or Pat. Just, and this is how you can tell. It's not even cross-hatching, but they would make these squares, and they're in every panel for shading. Okay, maybe not every panel. That panel, that panel. Watch as we go. Alright. Back of seat, squares. Behind them, squares. Squares. It doesn't even look good. Squares. 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 And sometimes it's even more distracting. Like, just let them color it. Squares, 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 squares. Squares. Squares, squares, squares. It's like everything's tiled. Alright, so that's the end of the Halloween stories. Yeah, if you find some Halloween ones, you should show them to me because I really don't think there's many. So, thanks for looking at them with me.